Hey everyone, it's Amy. I'm here to do our October team recording. So I have a ton of information. You guys are going to want to take notes out of this recording. And because we do have so much information this month, I am setting up a team call October 8th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I know we've tried these before. I'm going to try and start them again. We may or may not use them. I don't know. We've kind of gone back and forth on it, as you guys know. But again, because I have so much to share this month, there's a lot to share next month already, and we're not even there, right? So anyway, I'm going to try and set up some team calls to give us a forum. And if you guys need them, great. If you don't, that's cool too. So go ahead and jump into our October notes. So first off, oh my gosh, convention was off the chain. Now, Doterra does a great job every year on convention. I mean, it's no joke. It's well put together. Every year I've been, it's just been really beautifully done. There was so much different this year. Number one, there were no lines. It was insane. Anywhere you went, there was no lines, not even to go eat. I think Lisa and I waited one time for maybe 30 minutes to get it, and it was at a place we really wanted to go. But other than that, no lines. It was insane. So we actually got to talk to a lot of people. It was a lot more intimate. It was relaxing. Of course, just inundated with information. But this whole evolve theme that they had going on was about next level thinking. And I really felt like it was the right setting for this message, because we really needed that come together, but not in that overwhelming, oh my gosh, there's 45,000 people here, insanity, right? It was well done. And the messaging, if you have not seen it virtually on replay, any of that, oh my gosh, just incredible, as always. But this year was more heartening, because it was more about, guys, there's such division in our world today, and in teams and in communities and in families, that as wellness advocates, part of our job description is to find that ability to unite hearts and build communities and build connection, right? And we know this because that's what all drew us into doTERRA. But man, especially Amy Wright, she just really drove that home. So the other thing they really drove home was this whole health freedom, taking care of yourself naturally. Obviously, they've got this new abode line that's out. They're making some incredible changes to the On Guard lineup. It is really awesome. So above all, the message was evolve, but it was also hope. And again, doTERRA gives us hope that we can control our health in our own hands. We have control of our financial future by building a business with them. Just really some truly incredible messaging around this. And just awesome things that they are putting in place that we can then build our own businesses from, right? That are solid and honest and with good integrity. Now, the other big news, well, there was lots of big news out there, but I think by far one of the biggest was the announcement that lavender, the simple lavender oil that we know and love, is now FDA approved as a pharmacy grade essential oil. Now, you guys remember a couple of years ago in convention, they talked about working with University of Mississippi Pharmacy School and using a lot their structure to help prove out the quality of essential oils, right? And they did a lot of studies back then around the Copaiba comparison and things that were showing there. Adaptive came out that year, and they were using University of Mississippi Pharmacy School to vet the quality of that. Well, now lavender's coming in the scene. And lavender, so this is a differentiating mark for doTERRA compared to any other lavender that's on the market. doTERRA Lavender is the only FDA approved pharmacy grade lavender product on the market. Anyone else who's saying they are or that they have a pure essential oil is full of baloney at this point. They cannot get this approval because, as Dr. Orgerthorpe said, they have not done the work that doTERRA has to prove the quality of their products. So they are now proceeding with completing some other lavender tests, and then they're going to put all the doTERRA products through the same level of testing with FDA. And again, there will not be other essential oil products on this level. So that is a game changer for us when you are talking to someone about, oh, gee, they use Young Living or they use Now or whatever brand XYZ they're using. It's not even in the same ballpark anymore as doTERRA. Okay, so that was huge. That, again, there was so much good information there, but that was something to really call home because we can use that in our marketing, in our strategies. And I'm going to give you some more information like the deep blue copaiba stick that they've come out with. That is also FDA approved. It's got the labeling on it that says it is an over-the-counter medication. So you don't have to now tenderfoot around using it for pain. We can actually say it's for pain. It helps immunity. All the things that we have known for a long time about these products are getting legitimized on the FDA scale. So we can actually say them now. A lot of the stuff, there's still some that obviously you can't because it's not there yet, but it's coming. And that is going to be a game changer for all of us. So, again, if you haven't gotten to watch the Evolve notes or any of that, let me know. I'm happy to talk more about this, but just an incredible experience. Just a little side note, Lisa and I got to meet Elise Sedavi. Many of you know her. She is the lady who built the Love, Build, and Share oil programs that are completely free for everyone. She is the highest ranking person on Wellness Advocates there is, and she is the highest paid. The lady is phenomenal. And so, again, one of the benefits of it not being such a big convention this year is we actually got to walk up to her and talk to her, not just, shake your hand and give a hug, but talk to her. And I thanked her personally because her programs have been really well thought out. As you guys know, we give them to all our new customers that Love Oils program that they can self-paced train through. It's a fabulous resource. And I thanked her for it. And I said, on her Reach Elite and the Push Premier programs that I did, I thanked her for those too, because I'm like, I did not have the resources, the knowledge, the time to build anything like that, to help anyone build that kind of business. And, I thanked her for that because I also mentioned quietly that we don't have an upline. Okay, we don't. And she looked at me and she said, doTERRA is your family. And she was right about that. We've, this convention was special. We met a lot of people. We made new friends. And it was a very loving community situation that when there's 40,000 plus people there, it's not the same effect as it was. And it was just the right convention at the right time, put it that way. Okay, moving on. Our volume in September did bump up because of convention kit sales. I suspect October is going to be a good month. Probably the last quarter is going to be a good month for all of us because of these abode products that are out, which by the way are phenomenal. A lot of good things about those and just getting people excited about them. The addition of the accessories that go with the abode line are going to be good. And here's the deal. And I told Lisa this abode line is in direct competition with Norwex. I mean, just hands down, it's blatant. And I know a lot of you use Norwex. I've got some Norwex around here, but I gotta say, after using these abode, and I haven't had them that long, but I do have a house with a son and a husband, so I do my share of cleaning. They're impressive. They're good products, and economically, they're pretty reasonable too. So I suspect the last quarter, some really good opportunities for us to see the momentum we've seen in volume, if not slightly higher. To help, so Wednesdays between now and December 8th, I'm going to offer a class series. It will be the basics class for anyone potentially interested in becoming a customer. I've got the metabolism and weight loss on November 3rd. Any other topics you guys want to cover between now and then, we can probably sneak one of those in there. But I'm going to really have our Wednesday night series. If you've got people interested or who are ready to talk about natural living, we'll have this forum that we can put them through for classes, give them some support, and hopefully see some enrollments between now and year end too. So let me know if you got people who need that forum. Also, if you want to teach a class, that's cool too. Let's talk about that and let's work that out. So happy to share that with you guys. Okay. I have big news. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I absolutely love this lady. So Lisa Parker is joining us as a new sharer. She has just been so in love with these oils since I first shared them with her about a year ago. And she is just a beautiful soul. I just love her to death. And just seeing her expand her uses of these oils and ask questions and learn and just get so excited when she finds something that works. It's just really done my heart good. And so Lisa has decided, in fact, it was watching convention that did this for her. She's texting me in Utah going, Amy, I want more. I want more. I'm in. And what really did it for her is listening to the stories of how doTERRA helps all these families around the world. And that, they're just not another big corporation, but they're actually working with communities and digging wells and building schools and all the beautiful things that we know this company does. And that just really aligned with a lot of values that Lisa herself supports and aligns with. So she's going to join us as a new sharer, and we're going to help get her business launched and help her grow in this, not only personally, but financially as well. And really, help her, expand what she's already starting to learn about these products and just how special the company this is. So Lisa, welcome. I'm super excited for you. I just love that, it's come to this point and that you're, I don't know. I just always kind of had a sneaking suspicion you'd get here, but anyone will tell you I'm just not one that's going to push, oh yeah, you got to go share and sell. And, it's not for everyone. And I respect that, but I'm so happy it triggered that for you. So we're going to welcome Lisa into our fold here. And Lisa, we are just a good group of women and men, we got a couple guys in here too, that just come together and celebrate what we're doing here every day, personally and professionally. So welcome, Lisa. All right, so I want to talk to you guys about this topic of waiting for perfection, waiting till you have all this information, just waiting, right? Because you maybe don't even know where to start. So the message this month is start where you are. Okay. And I put this quote from Margaret Atwood. If you don't know who she is actually the author of the book, The Handmaid's Tale. And actually I had to read that book in college. And I was so moved, I guess is the right word for that, when I read that book. And then so many years later to see it on a television series, it's really disturbing to watch. And I really try not to correlate it to a lot of things I see in this world today, but nonetheless, her quote is, if I waited for perfection, I would never write a word. And I got to tell you, the book she wrote, it's not a very big novel at all. And boy, it's something that stuck with me. So start where you are, but understand that while your perfection is not what we're going for here, you do need to have some preparation, right? You got to have a good, why am I doing this? Right? You got to know where your commitment level is. Where's your business plan? What goals do you have for yourself? Where are you going to go with this? And, even if you stumble or it gets hard, it's still having those mileposts out there that you're working towards achieving, and not just keep moving the goal, but actually setting a goal that's really personal and meaningful to you, and achieving that, and then setting another. So success does need preparation. You kind of got to have a little plan when you start out about doing this. And it's not just, okay, I'm going to buy my oils and then I'm going to go share them with my friends and family. Because I promise you, you're not going to go very far with that. You've got to have a bigger plan than that. And that's why I love our group so much, because we have enough skill set, a variety of skill sets, that we can really help each other with this kind of stuff. So if you're struggling with it, reach out, because this team does have the skills that can help you define what this means for you. All right, inactivity breeds insecurity. And this is something that I've really been focused on myself. It does not get easier the longer you wait. In fact, the only thing that does is make time pass. So when we don't move, we start to think it's impossible, because we start to feel insecure about it, right? Or we think, oh gosh, I can't do that. Or, I'm not going to have the support. I don't have the time. You start finding excuses for it, right? So inactivity breeds insecurity. And when you're talking about building this as a business, nothing's going to undermine your confidence more than not doing something about your business, because it's super easy to walk away from it, because for a lot of us, this is not our primary income right now. So we can say, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it next week. Before you know it, a month's gone by and you're like, you know what? I can't do it. So I'm done. Right. And that happens a lot in this business. So I just encourage you to, again, go back to those goals and figure out a plan to really hunker down and work towards them. Whether it's slow or fast, it don't matter. Just make the progress and the effort. And that leads to my next point: commit to learning and discovering. So again, we do not have an upline. We are a very unique team. We do not have the traditional direct sales structure of leadership that's filtering information to us every month. We do not have we don't have the pressure of all that either, which is good, right? But as a result of that, though, it puts the proponents on us individually and as a team to learn, to share information, to collaborate, to seek out dependable and viable sources that can help us, and to have patience with ourselves, right? I freely admit to all of you, I do not have all this figured out, but dang, have I learned a lot. And I don't know that I would have put in the same effort if we had the traditional upline that you typically see in this setting. So don't be afraid to create it if it don't exist. I have found myself creating a lot of things that I never even would have dreamed of creating, but I've learned a lot through the process too. So I invite you to do the same. And again, we have a nice little community here too. We can rely on each other to help make that happen. Enjoy the process. Yes, we all want to get these big ranks, these big paychecks that allow us to walk away from these corporate jobs we have and to make this our living. I'm right there with you guys. Oh my God, the minute that happens, the minute that happens, I know exactly what I'm doing. But until I get there, it doesn't mean that this can't be fun. It doesn't mean that this has to feel like a job or a chore or any of these ugly things. I already have a job, so do you guys. Make it fun. Let it be the outlet of the things that you can't get out of your corporate job. Let it be the thing that fuels your soul when it comes to work and creativity and inspiration and innovation and all the things that, really drive us to want to give our best into something. Let it be this. Figure out what that is for you, how you learn, how you work, what really, propels your heart forward. And that's what you do. And you let that flourish. And this is the forum you can make that happen in. When this is a very entrepreneurial, endeavor, and all of you are capable of doing this and then making it uniquely yours. To that end, step into your resilience and your brilliance. You've got to be resilient in this business and in a lot of things in life in general. Things are not going to be always easy. We're going to work for it. There's going to be months that are kind of really flat. There are going to be months that are just, wow, how do we pull that off? And others we're going to, it's going to take everything we got to get there, right? But our resilience to keep coming back and trying and improving and building on that is what's going to make it happen. At the same time, each of us have a sparkle about us, and that's what's going to set it unique from anyone else, even on this team. Okay. So also to that end, there's things we all struggle with. There's things that are really hard for us individually, and we're probably never going to get the hang of something, right? That's where you lean on your team. That's where you go, guy, you raise your hand and you go, I need help, right? And as leaders, all are coming to the table the way that we are set up, which personally I love that we're flat like this. We can have those open collaboration and not fear that someone's going to steal your enrollment, or they're going to try and take over your customer, or whatever other little nonsense can happen in these businesses. We don't have any of that here. And I think that's what really truly sets us apart from all these other teams, and where there can be fail points is that I consider all of you business partners, and basically, my go-to for resources of sharing information. Okay. So start where you are and don't see it as oh my gosh, I'm never going to get there, or it's not enough. It is definitely enough. And again, a lot of us are working full time. We got families we're taking care of. A couple of you are going to school. A lot is going on. So just have some grace and patience with yourself as well. But start where you are. Okay. So that's my, things I heard. A lot of it came from convention, but I kind of packaged it here in what it meant to me in what I heard. Okay. All right, so let's talk about resource tips and top tips for this month. So my resource for you this month, I did not know this existed. If you guys did, shame on you for not telling me, because this is the coolest thing ever. Did you know the Messenger app that is the same between Instagram and Facebook, that we can leave messages to each other on? You can do recordings. You can do video. You can do voice up to a minute long. And it's awesome. And if you go over a minute, well, you just do another little video or recording. So what I found, and I've been playing with this quite a bit, script out your message, make it personal, but it does seem to create a higher personal touch than just a text message that, just like phone calls, people are starting to ignore because they get so many and they're like, I'll deal with that later, and they never do. It seems to be really great for initial and follow-up connections with people. And now, just like any other messaging, we want to have a call to action. We want to find those points where the conversation continues, and it's not, yes and no and short answers that don't give you a next step. Because as we all know, it can take 7 to 10 touches with someone for them to express their interest, another 7 to 10 to get them to look at it or try it, another 7 to 10 to get them in a role. So you could have a lot of conversations with someone, but that is not going to happen if you don't find ways to continue the conversation. Give them a call in action, keep following up with people. And that really is the trick to it, is the continual follow-up with people, keeping people in conversation around it, and finding where you can help them the most. So again, I have had a whole bunch of fun with this the last few weeks, and that's a really cool tip. Now, my other one, I learned this in Utah, is this FOMO. I had no idea what this was. So it is a marketing strategy, and it's not new, but it stands for the fear of missing out. And I guess, maybe I did know about this, but I didn't ever hear it called this. But anyway, what it does is it's an intentional marketing strategy that you can use in social media, in all your messaging, in all your conversations with people, but it is about creating excitement. Okay. Getting, for instance, seeing someone, you're doing a DIY and you make it really fun and exciting, and people are like, oh my gosh, I want to do what she's doing, right? Because it's interesting, it's compelling, it sparks their interest, it stops the scroll, if you will, and it captivates someone's attention for a couple seconds, right? It allows you from that point to connect with them through your message, through your video, through your whatever you're doing. And it allows them a point to crave what you're doing or what you have. And then you personally can speak to them. The next step is obviously through Messenger and things like that, where you're actually talking individually to them versus a social media platform. Now, I didn't realize it was this short, but you literally have 3 seconds. When someone is scrolling social media, you have less than 3 seconds to capture their attention and get them to pause and look at what you got going on. So you don't want anything that is distracting from that. You want to be very specific and pointed and exact in what you're saying, because you want to speak to that person that you're trying to capture as your ideal customer and get them to stop the scroll. Now, what that means is, speaking very simply, simple whole ingredients, clinically supported benefits. Those are 2 great phrases that you can use. And those very distinctly speak to doTERRA products and what we do for a living, not only personally, but in our businesses. Now, again, it's just, creating that messaging that attracts and then creates this fear of missing out, so that they want to learn more. They start following you, they start engaging on your post, and then you engage with them in a message thing here, right? So it's a full cycle of things, but all the way you're keeping this fear of missing out. That's what keeps them coming back to your page to check out what else you got going on. Okay. So again, just something I kind of learned, new twist of how it works. There is a monthly series of marketing strategies specific around the new products that's happening the first Monday of every month. And I've got details in here a little bit later, but this is one of the strategies that they're going to teach and show you how to do that with the new doTERRA products. Now, speaking of that, so again, it's under the Empowered Success series. It's the first Monday of every month. It is 9 p.m. Eastern, which is kind of late, at least for old people like me. But they're all free. It's on Zoom. All you got to do is register for it. And the link is here. The other thing is doTERRA has the free business building certification program. It is a self-paced training. I went through it once, but I'm actually going back through it because, sometimes it takes a couple of times to listen to something. But again, this is off of doTERRA. It's under the Empowered Success series. And you can actually go through soup to nuts, everything that they know about being successful in this business, from making a names list to inviting people to teaching a class to sampling to you name it, it's in there. Pretty thorough training. And then for those of you who don't know, Elise Sedevy is having the new trainings, the Reach Elite, Push Premier, all the trainings by rank that started October 1. So if you're interested in that, there's still time to get in that training, but she does them every other month and it's for all ranks. The only qualifier is you have to be the current rank to go into the next rank's training. Okay. But the 2 that I've been in have been powerful, and I actually want to do the premier one again. Probably first of the year, but I have some other things going on right now. So anyway, free training, free webinars. I can't encourage them enough. They do, again, just like convention, high quality stuff here, guys. So I invite you to check these out. Now, second Friday of the month, between now and the year end, I am going to host a team collaboration call. If you can, if that's of interest to you or you want to reach out to me individually, that's cool. I'm going to do it on Zoom. And I think our October 8th meeting, For those of you who want to come, the topics I'm going to propose is what you and our team needs for success through the year end and how we win in 2020. I want to hear your thoughts on this. So if that's interesting to you and you can make it, let me know. And the Zoom link is here. A couple other things, the Google Oil inventory worksheet. This is super cool, guys. It was $9 and it's super easy to see what you have in your oils and your materials. It's got the business materials on there as well, so you can keep track of how many you have there. And it's got a nifty little checkbox you can do so that you create your shopping list for each month on your LRP order. Super cool, especially when you're like me and you have oils in cabinets there and oils over here and oils all over the house. This has actually really been helpful to me. So if you want a copy of that, let me know. We're splitting the $9. The other thing is, if you didn't listen to convention on virtual replay, and you would like the full transcript, it's $9. Again, it's something we're all splitting. Happy to share it with others. But at least you can read what went down and hear the messaging from all the presentations, and it's very well worth it. I think it's almost like 140 pages too, so it's a novel. Okay, the other thing I have, so let's talk October. So the team oil of the month is Hygge, and it is a limited edition oil. It came in the convention kit. It's available in October. I don't know how long this is going to be available. So definitely you need a bottle of this oil. And I'm really hoping they make it a permanent oil. So it's called Hygge, and it means sanctuary. And I thought that was so appropriate for our team oil this month, because when we think about what this team is and what we're trying to build here in our culture and individually in our businesses, it really is about creating that space where we feel like we're part of something and that we're included and nurtured and supported in the ways that we need. And it allows us to be open for connection. And I think that's really important, not only just for us, but our communities at large, our world at large. Gosh, there's so much disconnect in the world today. And I think this oil is so appropriate on so many levels, but more down to home, I think it's just a great oil for our team to focus on this month. And, Emily Wright said this next part, and I was captivated by it because it linked for me what Elise Sedevy had said, in that you have been found, you are home, you are valued, and you are loved. And when you are in bloom, you naturally inspire and welcome others to join in your community. So guys, again, start where you are and just be who you are. You don't have to be anything special, or you're already unique and special, but you don't have to be like everyone else and doing silly dances on Instagram or whatever else, right? You have your own way that you're going to find in building this business, and it's going to be incredible. So bloom in who you are. Okay. Now, October, obviously we got seasonal changes, we got time changes. It is an emotionally supported, needed time of year. For many of us who deal with the seasonal light disorder, it is a very hard time, on top of upcoming holidays, which are not easy for a lot of people. And so it is a great time for connection, for community, for friendship, for kindness, all those wonderful things. And Doterra fits so well in all that, right? And so it is a great time for community. I know in my area, this is the time of year where we have our fairs and festivals and carnivals and all that, because summer's just too hot where I live. So it's a great time for just community connection as well. It is also a great time to think about nutrition. So a lot of people, holidays are nonstop food and nonstop, everyone blows their diet during holidays, right? So nutritional emphasis Pre-holiday support, that's also a great area to focus on this month, right? And then of course we got all these great new products to look at. So in our vault for our very special customers, I am going to focus on fall recipes and DIYs. Okay. And then this first week of October, I have some bottling and labeling information to share with folks. How to read your labels, what they mean, how some just really important information that people should know about their bottles. And then we'll go into the fall recipes and DIYs. Now, classes in October, again, every Wednesday, I have a natural self-care class that is pretty good, and it's got a workbook with it. So I'm going to offer that a couple times, and then we've got a couple with the basics. And you guys know there's a workbook with that as well now. And so if you have people who are interested and in need of a class, this is what I've got set up. Again, if you want to teach or you want to do your own thing, that's welcome too. So just, let me know. Okay. All right. Let's look at the rest of the year. So November is a big month. It is an incredible month to look at the home because everyone's going to be getting ready for holidays. So nothing works better than our new abode products for getting your home ready for the holidays. Okay. So the whole marketing strategy around that, right? Again, holidays, prepping for the holidays. Here's an interesting fact. 174 million people shopped online last year for holiday gifts. That's huge. They spent over $400 in those transactions. And again, that's just a huge market for us because a lot of us are trying to build this online, right? So where we can really leverage that is looking at DIYs, the recipes, gifts that people can easily give. And, again, using it as an opportunity to connect with others and help them find things that serve them. In the vault in November, I'm going to work, we're going to have a gratitude challenge. And it's going to emphasize this oil spikenard. And Julie, I think I heard you have tried spikenard and didn't like it. It is in a very old oil. As you guys know, it's in the Bible reference there, but it's a very old smelling oil too. But I've been working with this oil for the past couple months, and because I've been building this challenge, and you guys know me, I want to try it before I share it with others, right? So I can tell you I've used probably almost half of the bottle building this challenge, and this oil works. When you're talking about working on gratitude and you're talking about how to bring that alive and at the forefront, this is an oil. So mid-October, I'm going to do a little promo about spikenard in the vault to let people know what's coming so that if they're interested in participating, they can order the oil. This is a good one to get on points because I think it's $66. I don't know, it's a more expensive oil, but it's a good one to get on points. So but we're going to do a gratitude challenge starting November 1, leading through Thanksgiving. And then I'm going to go into DIY's Christmas gifts. So that's November. Okay. And then I'm working on doing more videos. We did a lot more in Utah, and that was good. I really started to get the hang of it. So I'm actually going to start doing a little more videos, not just in the vault, but across social media. So there you go. All right. So between now and the last quarter, big emphasis, new product education. There's lots to learn about these new products we have, and they're super wonderful to play with and have fun with. I am thinking about doing another postcard around the holidays for all customers. If you're interested in collaborating on that, let me know. Starting in November, the blog that I have written for over 3 years now is going to change. As you guys know, I've written daily for over 3 years now. And in January, I'm actually going back to school. So I'm not going to be able to write like I do currently. So starting in November, the blog goes to weekly, and it'll be published every Friday. And right now I'm working several months ahead on my writing so that it's already out there for folks. And but again, it's going to be weekly, at least for now. And then, of course, I mentioned Spikenard challenge, gratitude challenge we'll do. November, we traditionally have BOGOs the week of Thanksgiving. Holiday items come out November 1, so that's another one to look forward to. I think there's going to be some really hot items. So if you, the minute I see any promos come out about holiday items, I will share them with you guys so we can start getting people excited about it, because they're going to go quick this year. And then in December, we're going to do Oils of the Bible in the vault. So it's been, I think the Spikenard challenge kind of led me there naturally, but I want to spend some time in December in the vault talking about the oils of the Bible and what we still have available to us today and why. So that's, and again, we'll talk more about this in November, December too. So thinking ahead, 2022, what are your goals? Where are you going to go with your doTERRA business? Do you have a business plan? There are lots of templates on Google. Just pull one up, business plan, and fill it out. And if there's not a section that you feel like you need, take it out. If there's one that's not there you need, add one in. But get a business plan, okay? Many of you know, part of the reason I'm going back to school is that I am working on opening my own business. So I have been working on a business plan for several months now of, what this is going to be. And doTERRA will obviously be a part of it, but just something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'm finally getting an opportunity to see what it looks like on paper. And business plans are exactly that. They are your goals and your plan on paper, so you can figure out if it's how you're going to do it. So I encourage you, whether you have one customer or no customers, have a plan. Figure out what that's going to look like in 2022 and where you want to take it. Look at your engagement and marketing strategy. What do you want to change? Where do you want to take that? What's going to be different? Where do you need to train, learn, grow yourself? And then if you would like to sponsor a Vault Challenge in 22, let me know. Let's figure out what that looks like. That's open too. I'm still kind of building out next year. So there's opportunity there if you guys are interested. And then the 2022 convention theme. So it's interesting. doTERRA gave us the next couple of years convention themes, and next year's is reaching. So when I was thinking about what 22 looks like for me already, I'm like, well, I think that's a pretty good word, is reaching. How do I reach more people? How do I reach higher? How do I just reach more? So I'm kind of leaning towards that being my theme for next year, as well as, it's what we're going to lead into for the convention, right? So I'm probably going to start looking at Airbnbs, hotels, airfare, all that jazz after the holidays at the end of the year, to get a jump on it, because I don't know if next year is going to have virtual option. I would hope it does, but I don't know. So again, just like every year, plan for the people, right? All right, guys, if you have questions, let me know. I hope you guys can all come October 8th for our team collaboration call. I feel like we haven't had one of those in a good long time. And, but if you can't understand, let me know either way. And wish you guys all the best in October, and let's go. Talk to you soon. Bye.